right, updated version of Jasper Active Lesson 2. We're going to do learns 1, 2, and 3 in this video. So this is Lesson 2, manipulating text. We're starting with the first learn, changing the view. I've already done this learn, so the only way that I can do it again is to click on practice. You are going to click on learn unless you've done it and gotten a red X, and then you're going to click practice, and you can try it again with me. When I click practice, it's going to launch the Jasper Active screen. Make sure you're patient. If you continue to click, it will continue to launch, and then it will end up looping, and you will not get credit for any of the work that you do. So please click Jasper Active once, launch the lesson. I'm going to unmark these as answered. Remember that these mark as answered box is just for your record keeping. It doesn't affect your score. You can always change the color of your circle by clicking the mark as answered box and making it green, to be used when you're done with a step so that you know which step you're on, but not necessary and totally optional. So the first step, it tells us to open the file tecemployeelist.docx located in the Documents Jasper Active Resource Files folder. I'm going to click on my File tab, open, and browse. I'm looking for my Jasper Active folder and resource files, TEC employee list, double click. Once I've got that document open, the next instruction says to click the Home tab up here, and in the paragraph group, this is my paragraph group, you might not have a button, you might just be able to see your paragraph group, and here's my Show Hide symbol. I click on that Show Hide symbol and turn on my formatting marks, which shows me what's behind the scenes. So if I went to print this document, it would not print the paragraph symbols or the spots in between the words. But that lets me know that I hit enter anywhere I see a paragraph symbol, and anywhere I see a dot, I hit the space bar. So turn on your Show Hide formatting marks. You can see where enter was pressed. Mark that as answered. On to number 2, changing the view. We're going to scroll to the top of the document. So using your mouse, just scroll up until you see the top of your document. And then in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, I'm going to click the Read Mode View button. Down here, lower right-hand corner, you'll see the Read Mode View, Print Layout View, and Web View. I'm going to switch to Read Mode. Now, if the first time you click it, nothing happens, make sure you say hi before you tell it what to do. Click Read Mode. It should change the document to look like this. All you can do in this mode is read. You cannot edit. You can look through the document by clicking the arrows to the right and to the left to look at the different pages, but all you can do is read. So that second step does tell us to click the arrow at the right to move. And then in the View Buttons area, down here at the lower right-hand corner of the screen, I'm going to click the Print Layout View button, this one in the middle, to change the view. And notice how when I hover over these different symbols, it tells me what it is. I'm going back to Print Layout. Mark as answered. On to the next. I'm going to change the zoom. We're going to click the Zoom Level button. First time I read that, I wasn't sure what that was. So what do you think I did? I went to Google and I Googled Zoom Level button and it told me what it was. So don't be afraid if you have questions. There are hundreds of thousands of people using this program. You can always use that if you don't have me to ask or my videos to watch to find things. So the Zoom Level button is actually the number percentage down here in the lower right-hand corner that you are zoomed into your screen. Mine is 99%, yours might be a different percentage, but whatever that number is for you, that is your zoom level button. If I hover over it, it tells me zoom level. Click to open the Zoom dialog box. When I click that, it's going to open the Zoom dialog box where I see I can look at different amounts of pages, zoomed in different, or many pages. I'm going to click that circle, many pages, and then on the monitor, I'm going to hover to select 1 by 3 pages. Just move your mouse over these 3 and click 1 by 3 pages. Click OK. You should be able to see at least 3 pages. If you can see 4, that's okay. And then we're going to drag our zoom slider, which is in the lower right-hand corner. I'm going to click on my zoom slider and I'm just going to drag it into the middle until it's about 100%. Mark as answered and on to the next. Now we're going to turn off our show hide formatting marks. That is in our home tab in the paragraph group. Show hide, click to turn those off. Mark is answered. Next, number 5, we're going to split the window. Scroll to the top of the document, so just move your mouse up till you're at the top of the document. We're going to click on the View tab. View tab is right here near the end of my ribbon. View tab, click it till you get these options. And then right underneath there should say the word split. I'm going to click split. Now the next step says to press Control and End to see the end of the document. For you, that is not how your keyboard works. Most keyboards, you can hit Control and End and it will take you to the end of the document. Your keyboard actually has a button that is, page down or end or page up or home. If you were to use the Control key, you would go page up or page down. In order to use end or home, you have to use also the FN or function key. So next to the Control key, CTRL, is the function key FN. You need to hold both function and Control and then hit your page down or end, and it will go to the end of the document. Next, we're just going to remove that split. Click Remove Split. Should take that out. That's right on the View tab in the window group. I clicked Remove Split. Now it says to close this document without saving. Make sure your autosave is not on. If your autosave is on, turn it off, because you can't close without saving unless autosave is on. If your autosave was on, you need to make a small change in the document, like a space or something. Click that X. Hopefully you'll get a message that says, we're going to close this without saving. Do you want to continue? You are going to say yes. And submit. Submit results. We're going to return to Jasper Active. Returning to Jasper Active, just be patient. If you get a message like mine that the connection's not secure, just click Continue to Site. All right, we've just completed Learn 1 of Lesson 2. Moving on to Learn 2, selecting text. I'm going to click Practice. You're probably clicking Learn if this is your first time. If you've already done this one and you want to try again, you're going to click Practice. We're going to wait for that window to open. Be patient. Don't start clicking multiple times, or you'll end up not getting credit for your work. All right, I'm going to unmark these as answered so they look like yours. Now, the very first step says press Control-O and navigate to the Documents Jasper Active Resource Files folder. Open the corporate profile.dsdx document. All right, in order to do that, we need to say hi to our document. All right, you got to make it active before you give it a command. So, right now, looking at the top of my screen, it's grayed out. If I click into my document, these become white, and then I can tell that my document is active, and now my shortcut will work. Would not work before. You have to click into the document and then hold the Control key and press O. It's going to take you to that open screen. I'm going to click Browse. Go into my Jasper Active file, my Resource Files folder, and open the corporate profile. All right. Next step, we're going to double click the word Tolano in the first paragraph. So double click the word Tolano, and then I want to select the rest of the sentence. So I'm going to hold my Shift key on my keyboard and click at the end of the period in the sentence, in the first sentence that ends with the word market. So market period, I'm going to select that by using the Shift key. Okay, I'm going to mark as answered. I'm moving on to the next. Now, I'm going to use my Control key because I'm going to select some text that's not right next to each other. And looking at my document, if I were to click into my document anywhere, I would lose my first sentence. And I want to be able to keep my first sentence selected and also select 2 more sentences. So I'm going to hold down my Control key as I select the next sentence, which is in the 3rd paragraph. We work with a number of international vendors and are always looking for new and exciting adventures. So now you can see by using the Control key, I've got my first sentence selected. My second sentence is the 3rd paragraph there. And then I'm going to select one more little section. If I hold my control key down here, the sentence that starts with occasionally, I'm going to select the words, we will also review a tour. And then let go. So now I've got 3 different sentences selected. First paragraph, third paragraph, and we will also review a tour at the bottom here. Now, this little quick access toolbar that pops up, don't worry about that. You can ignore that. After you've got those 3 sentences all selected, if you selected the wrong thing, there's no way to unselect it. You just have to start over. Then after you've selected those 3, you're going to click into the document to unselect. All right, mark is answered. On to the next. Now we're going to select the paragraph that starts with, we review all our tours annually, and ends with, of bookings and environmental impact. So that is the 4th paragraph down. I'm going to start before the word we, and I'm going to drag through the bulleted points to the end of environmental impact. I want you to know that you can select a sentence and bullets at the same time. So select the first sentence and the 4 bulleted items, then click in the document to deselect. All right, now we're going to go to the home. Home being the top. This says to just use Control and Home, but your keyboard is different. So remember, you have to use Control and Function FN and then the Home key. So Control, Function, and Home should take your cursor to the top of the document. It should be blinking before the word Talana. Then we're going to click that picture. And you'll notice what happens when you select a picture. You get circles around it and our option box comes up. I call that the rainbow button. Looks like a rainbow. What they want you to know is what it looks like when you select a picture. All right, click outside of the picture to unselect it. We are going to close this document without saving, which means you need to make sure your autosave is not on. If it is, turn it off and then do something like add a space. So you can click the X. When you do that, it should say we're going to close without saving. Click yes and submit. Submit. And we're headed back to finish Learn 3. Return to Jasper Active. Lesson 2, Learn 3. We're going to learn how to use some symbols. Learn 3 is called Working with Text. For working with text, you are clicking Learn. I'm clicking Practice. If you've already done this lesson, you're going to click Practice to try it again. Waiting for Jasper Active to launch. When it does, I'm going to unmark these as answered, so mine looks like yours. The first instruction says to open the memo on using link file from the Documents Jasper Active Resource Files folder. Memo on using link is just the name of a file. I'm going to go to my File tab and open, Browse, Jasper Active, Resource File, and there's Memo on using link. Double click to open. All right, now we are going to click at the end of the word Microsoft in the paragraph that starts with David Singh has. That's our first paragraph. It starts with the words David Singh has. I'm going to click at the end of the word Microsoft, so the end of the T. Zoom in a little so you can see that better. Clicking at the end of the T in the word Microsoft, and I'm going to insert a symbol. There are a couple ways to do that. We're going to try using our ribbon. So insert. Make sure when you click it, it changes options. On the Insert tab, you should see a Symbols box. When you click the Symbols, you'll see another symbol. Click that arrow to take you to more symbols. So that was Insert, Symbols, Symbol, more symbols will open up your Symbols box. Be patient. There it is. In my Symbols box, I've got a Symbols tab and a Special Characters tab. I'm going to click on the Special Characters tab. And then I'm going to choose this registered symbol right here about halfway through. Highlight that blue and click Insert. Now you can't see it happen, but it is inserting a registered symbol into your document. If you continue to click it, it will continue to insert. So only click it once and then click Close. And when you look at your document, you should be able to see that trademark symbol now after the word Microsoft. All right, now I'm going to click at the end of the word Microsoft in the next paragraph that starts with David will send. So here's my next paragraph, starts with David will send, Here's the word Microsoft in the second line. I'm going to click after the T in Microsoft, and then I'm going to type open parentheses, capital R, closed parentheses. A lot of people that do this step, they miss the parentheses around the R. This is step 3. It tells me to type. I'm going to hold down my shift key and type 9, which comes out open parentheses. Then I'm still holding shift. I'm going to type R, which will be a capital R. Then I'm still holding shift. I'm going to type 0, which will be close parentheses, and then convert that into a symbol, my registered symbol right there. So making sure you're typing open parentheses, capital R, closed parentheses. Mark as answer, and I'm on to the next. All right, really important that you only do the steps exactly as I do them. We're going to take 2 steps forward, then 2 steps back, and then 2 steps forwards again. And if you put any extra steps in there, your steps aren't going to match with mine. So, step by step, we're going to do this one together. First thing I'm going to do is copy what I need to type, because I'm going to work smarter, not harder, right? So, in number 1, it says we're going to type Skype for Business. So I'm selecting the word Skype for Business. I'm clicking my copy selected text button. That's the first thing I did. I copied the word Skype for Business. Now, I'm going to double click the word link in my first paragraph. That's right here after where I entered the symbol. Double click the word link, it should select. I'm going to do Control V to paste. Now you might notice there's no space there. Don't stress, leave it alone. All I want you to do is copy and paste the word Skype for Business where you see the word link. Okay, we're going to do that again at a different part of the document. So this time in number 2, I'm going to select SharePoint Team Site because that's what it's asking me to type. I'm going to copy selected text, and then I'm headed into my document. In the second paragraph, I'm going to select the text Microsoft Office 365 portal. Okay, so that is the second part of that sentence where we typed in our registered symbol. I've selected the words Microsoft Office 365 portal. I'm going to Control V paste. Control V paste. All right, those are the steps we've taken. Now we are going to click the arrow for the undo button. The undo button is a magical button that will undo anything you've just done. It lives in your quick access toolbar up in the upper left-hand corner of your document. You'll notice there is a backwards arrow. That is the undo button. Next to the undo button is an arrow. And if I want to select multiple items to undo, I'm going to click that arrow, and then I could select as many as I want. For me, it's going to be the top 2 that are paste. Hopefully yours looks the same. If you've got extra steps in there, still just select the top 2. But you're going to select the top 2 of the undo arrow and click. That's going to undo what we just did. And then if I decide I wanted to redo it, I can click my redo arrow twice to redo. So once I'm redoing, and then twice I'm redoing again. All right, mark that as answered and submit. Cross your fingers because it never hurts.